Throughout history, certain individuals have emerged who have possessed a unique ability to challenge conventional wisdom, push the boundaries of human understanding, and inspire generations to come. We will embark on a journey through the lives and ideas of some of these remarkable figures. Our first stop takes us to ancient Greece, the birthplace of democracy and philosophy. Here, we encounter Socrates, a man who left an enduring mark on Western thought despite never writing a book or holding public office. Born in 470 BC, Socrates lived in an Athens teeming with intellectual and artistic fervor. Unlike his contemporaries who focused on external achievements, Socrates devoted his life to the pursuit of self-knowledge. He believed that the most important journey was inward, and his famous motto, "Know thyself," became a cornerstone of his philosophy. Socrates' method of self-discovery was unique. He engaged in relentless questioning, probing the beliefs and assumptions of everyone he encountered. By challenging their answers and exposing their inconsistencies, Socrates sought to uncover the truth within himself and others. This approach, known as the Socratic Method, remains a powerful tool for critical thinking and self-reflection. Socrates lived a life of simplicity and detachment from material possessions. He eschewed the pursuit of wealth and status, preferring instead to focus on intellectual and spiritual growth. He believed that true wealth lay in knowledge and virtue, not in material possessions. This emphasis on inner values over external trappings stands in stark contrast to the materialism that often pervades modern society. Socrates' unconventional lifestyle and relentless questioning made him a controversial figure in Athenian society. He challenged the authority of the Sophists, a group of intellectuals who prized eloquence and appearances over substance. Socrates exposed their shallowness and hypocrisy, earning their ire and the suspicion of those in power. Socrates' unwavering commitment to truth ultimately led to his downfall. He was accused of corrupting the youth and impiety, charges stemming from his critiques of Athenian religion and social norms. Despite a stirring defense in which he proclaimed his unwavering belief in following the dictates of his conscience, Socrates was found guilty and sentenced to death. In the face of his impending demise, Socrates displayed remarkable composure and courage. He accepted his fate with grace, using his final hours to impart wisdom to his friends and followers. His death, as recounted by his student Plato, stands as a testament to his unwavering commitment to truth and virtue, even in the face of death. Plato, deeply influenced by Socrates' teachings, became one of the most influential philosophers in history. Their relationship exemplified the profound bond that can exist between teacher and student. While Plato continued to wear the trappings of his aristocratic upbringing, he embraced Socrates' emphasis on inner values over superficial appearances. In his dialogues, Plato immortalized Socrates' teachings, exploring themes of justice, virtue, and the nature of reality. Next, we travel to ancient Rome, where we encounter Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and statesman who lived during a time of great upheaval and change. Seneca was born in Cordoba, Spain, 3 years before the birth of Christ. His family moved to Rome when he was 4, and he eventually rose to prominence as a lawyer and advisor to the Emperor Nero. Seneca embraced the Stoic philosophy, which emphasized virtue, reason, and self-control in the face of adversity. He believed that happiness could be found by living in accordance with nature and accepting whatever fate may bring. Seneca's writings, filled with wisdom and practical advice, offer guidance on navigating life's challenges and finding peace amidst the storms. Seneca's life was marked by both great success and personal tragedy. His rise to power brought him wealth and influence, but it also placed him in the treacherous world of Roman politics. He became entangled in the machinations of the Emperor Nero, a cruel and tyrannical ruler. When Nero turned against him, Seneca was forced into exile and eventually ordered to commit suicide. Despite the tumultuous events of his life, Seneca remained committed to his Stoic principles. He faced his death with dignity and courage, demonstrating the strength that can be found in inner virtue and acceptance. From ancient Rome, we leap forward in time to the Enlightenment, a period of intellectual and cultural ferment that swept across Europe in the 18th century. Here we encounter Voltaire, a brilliant writer, philosopher, and social critic who became a leading figure of the Enlightenment. Born François-Marie Arouet in Paris in 1694, Voltaire adopted his pen name as a way to distance himself from his family and the constraints of traditional society. Voltaire's sharp wit and incisive critiques targeted the abuses of power, religious intolerance, and the injustices of his day. He championed reason, freedom of thought, and the separation of church and state. Voltaire's writings, including his famous satirical novel Candide, challenged the status quo and sparked debate across Europe. Voltaire's outspoken views made him a controversial figure. He faced censorship, imprisonment, and exile for his critiques of the French monarchy and the Catholic Church. Yet, he never wavered in his commitment to freedom of expression and the pursuit of truth. His words, a potent force for change, helped pave the way for the French Revolution and the ideals of liberty and equality that it espoused. Voltaire's legacy extends far beyond his specific critiques. He embodies the spirit of the Enlightenment, a time when reason and human progress were held up as guiding lights. Our journey now takes us to 19th century Germany, where we encounter Arthur Schopenhauer, a philosopher known for his pessimism and his profound insights into the human condition. Born in Danzig in 1788, Schopenhauer inherited wealth from his merchant father, allowing him to pursue his intellectual interests without financial constraints. Schopenhauer's philosophy was deeply influenced by Eastern thought, particularly Buddhism and Hinduism. He believed that life is fundamentally characterized by suffering and that happiness is fleeting and illusory. He argued that desire is the root of all suffering and that true peace can only be found by detaching oneself from worldly desires. While Schopenhauer's view of life may seem bleak, it is not without its redeeming qualities. He emphasized the importance of compassion and empathy, recognizing the shared suffering of all beings. He also saw art and aesthetic experience as a way to transcend the pain of everyday existence. Schopenhauer's unconventional views and his sharp critiques of his contemporaries made him an outsider in the academic world. He scorned the prevailing philosophical trends of his time, particularly the idealism of Hegel. Schopenhauer's writings, filled with wit and erudition, challenged the status quo and offered a unique perspective on the human condition. He gained recognition only in his later years, but his influence on subsequent thinkers, particularly Nietzsche and Freud, was profound. From Germany, we travel to 19th century America, where we encounter Henry David Thoreau, a writer, naturalist, and philosopher who championed self-reliance, simplicity, and a deep connection with nature. Born in Concord, Massachusetts in 1817, Thoreau grew up surrounded by the intellectual ferment of transcendentalism, a philosophical movement that emphasized intuition, individualism, and the inherent goodness of humanity. Thoreau's most famous work, Walden, recounts his 2 years spent living in a cabin he built himself on the shores of Walden Pond. In this experiment in simple living, Thoreau sought to strip away the unnecessary trappings of society and reconnect with the essential truths of nature and self-reliance. He believed that true wealth lay not in material possessions, but in experiences, self-discovery, and a life lived in harmony with nature. Thoreau's writings are filled with observations on nature, reflections on self-discovery, and critiques of societal norms. He challenged the materialism and conformity of his day, urging individuals to live authentically and pursue their own unique paths. His ideas on civil disobedience, stemming from his refusal to pay a poll tax in protest against slavery and the Mexican-American War, inspired later activists like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Thoreau's legacy lies in his call for a simpler, more authentic life, a life grounded in nature and self-discovery. His writings continue to inspire readers to examine their own lives, question societal expectations, and find meaning in the natural world. Our final stop takes us back to 19th century England, where we encounter Herbert Spencer, a philosopher and sociologist who developed a comprehensive theory of evolution that he applied to all aspects of human life. Born in Derby in 1820, Spencer received an unconventional education from his father, a schoolteacher who encouraged his son's curiosity and independent thinking. Spencer's Synthetic Philosophy, a monumental work spanning 10 volumes, sought to explain the evolution of everything from the cosmos to human societies. He argued that all phenomena, both physical and social, are subject to the same laws of evolution, moving from simple to complex forms over time. This evolutionary perspective challenged traditional views of the world and laid the groundwork for modern sociology and evolutionary biology. Spencer's ideas on individualism, limited government, and the importance of personal liberty had a profound impact on political thought. He believed that individuals should be free to pursue their own goals without undue interference from the state. His writings influenced the development of libertarianism and classical liberalism, political ideologies that emphasize individual freedom and limited government. Spencer's work was controversial in his own time, and it remains so today. His application of evolutionary principles to social phenomena has been criticized for justifying inequality and social Darwinism. However, Spencer's insights into the dynamics of social change and the importance of individual liberty continue to be debated and discussed. As we conclude our journey through the lives and ideas of these great thinkers, I hope you have gained a deeper appreciation for the power of ideas to shape the world. Each of these individuals, in their own unique way, challenged the status quo, pushed the boundaries of human understanding, and left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and provoke. Their lives offer valuable lessons for us all. They remind us of the importance of critical thinking, questioning assumptions, challenging authority, and seeking truth. Self-reliance, embracing responsibility for our own lives, pursuing our own paths, and living authentically. Connection with nature, finding solace and inspiration in the natural world. Simplicity, stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on the essential. Compassion and empathy, recognizing the shared humanity of all beings. Courage in the face of adversity, standing up for what we believe in, even in the face of opposition. These are not merely abstract concepts. They are principles that can guide us in our own lives, helping us to navigate the complexities of the world and live more meaningful and fulfilling lives. Thank you for your time. I hope this exploration of the lives and philosophies of great thinkers has sparked your own curiosity and inspired you to continue your own journey of discovery.